Oops. Hi. Believe it or not, this is my third take. Usually I do these just in one take, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you see the earlier videos, we had the kids involved a lot, and there was a lot of hyper energy going on. You could also feel a lot of irritation, annoyance. I'm very, very susceptible. I think everybody is. Some people are aware of it and some aren't. But I'm very, very susceptible to other people's emotional energy. And I noticed something in this last one I'm erasing right now and writing over, is that I've had this comment before on one of my other videos on funny depression advice, where someone said I appeared to be somewhat sad and awkward, but they liked me anyway. And I think that was very accurate what this person was saying, that I was appearing sad and awkward. And I think I was trying to push through and make the video anyway, even though I wasn't in the best of moods. I thought I would act my way through it. Now this last one, I noticed the sad and awkward thing. I talked about transcendental meditation first, and then I talked about the Japa meditation with the mantras, and one of the mantras I did was my Om Brzi Namaha, and I did it a few times, and I found you could see right away on the video that my mood switched up, and instead of looking sad and awkward, I looked, just to myself here, but I think I looked somewhat fun and interesting. So what I'm going to do is rearrange the order this time, because we can do this when working with our neurology. Sometimes it's very important to have a sequence or an order of the way things are done to kick us into the right neurological state. So I am going to start with this mantra again, and you can do it with me if there's nobody listening and you're not shy, but the words Om Brzi Namaha. Om is thank you, Brzi is abundance, and Namaha is whatever you want to pick as your higher power. I have a daughter who's an atheist. She picks her own subconscious as her higher power, and that works for her. Like, it does work. So whatever works is good in my books. So if you don't want to think that there's a blessed spirit, you can thank yourself, your higher power, whatever's working, okay? I'm too busy enjoying the swim to start telling anyone their water isn't wet. Now, so I'm going to start with this. Now, it's also important not just to say the words, but to feel them. There's an emotional state connected with Om, to feel intense gratitude. Brzi, to feel joy at the abundance that I enjoy every day around me. And Namaha, of course, that there is some kind of higher consciousness or spirit going on, and that's a good thing, okay? So that's the ideas we're going to go after, okay? And I'm going to start with this, and with any luck, it'll make me more interesting, and I won't look sad and awkward, okay? So, we always start with the deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, okay? Oh, before I start, I can't sing, okay? So I always have to apologize for that first. I know I can't sing, but I'm going to do the best I can with it just the same. Okay, here we go. Get my pillow down here. Okay. Om Brzi Namaha. Om Brzi Namaha. Om Brzi Namaha. I only did 3, but yes, Yes, that worked. I do feel somewhat better. To tell you the truth, right now, I would probably feel good taking 20 of those puppies. It would definitely would improve my mood without taking a pill, which is really, really fun. So we're going to talk about that first, because that's one. I don't do transcendental meditation in the formal sense. This is stuff, however, that I do because it works for me. So give it a try. I don't know. I've talked before about Japa meditation. Oh, just a thing. I'm going to interrupt myself for a minute. I have this habit. You'll see me do this, where I will say, and I look up to the right. Now, people who are familiar with neuro-linguistic programming, a lot of police officers learn this to tell if somebody's lying or not, would say that I am lying. However, that's not what's going on. I am looking up to the right side of my brain, and we all know, if you saw Two Brains, Two Realities, the right side is that wonderful, loving, let's just get funky with everything spirit. And there's also another reason why, so I'm trying to take that spirit and move it to the left side of my brain where it can be put into words and articulated for you. That's one theory on the up to the right. But here's another one on that as well, is I have a considerable amount of neurological damage. Now, I wish I had tape to show you a before and after. Because if you saw the before and after, you'd say, oh my God, this woman is a walking miracle. But with the neurological damage, I lost the use of the right side of my body altogether, to the point where I could not stand or even crawl. Total loss of use on that side of my body. And a lot of the damage was permanent. But I've rewired around a lot of it. I do think brains can be reprogrammed, and I think I'm living proof. So often I'm looking to the right side to do left-sided jobs. But that's okay. So sometimes just in the shuffle of stuff, you know, there is some ums and ahs, but I have to remind myself that I have permission to be human and I don't have to be perfect. And if I do that once in a while, I guess I'm just taking stuff from the right side. That's the all. By the way, when my left side was in trouble, I did not find the right side, all-loving, all-knowing spirit over there. When my left side was in trouble, I was basically just zombie woman. It was sad, but it's okay. I'm not there anyway. So anyway, back to, where was I anyway? All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of work with the Japa meditation. I'll take care of that tonight. So I've done stuff with this before where some people will use numbers, the concept of 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you have the gap in between 1, and you have a quiet space before you get to 2, and then eventually you learn to go from 2 and slip in between those two concepts. I see the number 1 and 2 going right by my head, so I'm just looking into the nothing in between them, and in that nothing you make this sound, ah, the easiest, most neutral sound in the world. But it has a vibration and a monotony to it, and eventually it does get everything quiet enough that you can see the joy and wonder that is in the space between your thoughts. Then you can start making that sound while doing dishes. If you want to practice that sound, I have an awe meditation on my channel where you can find that video. And just click on the Jody Whiteley thing, morning awe meditation. Yeah, you can. It's more fun to do with someone else. The two voices will eventually start to sync up, and you find a really cool harmony thing going on. And that is something that works for me, and it really improves my mood and improves all the stuff about me. And yeah, we're doing that again because for some reason every 10 minutes my screen goes blank and I don't know a lot about computers. So yeah, practice some mantras, try doing some Japa meditation. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name is one I've used before and a lot of people will use, where they go our Father, our gap, Father, and then slip into the gap and go ah 4 times for 4 breaths. And it takes about 20 minutes for you to get through that whole line. I can do, for me, the Tao that can be named is not the eternal Tao. Now that's 8, but that's okay. Throw in 4, 5 ahs, I don't know. But yeah, the using the sound or chanting the mantra over and over again is, it does something to your brain. Now, while you're learning all this meditation stuff, I'll get into transcendental meditation later. What you might find is you start getting what a lot of people call the acid effect. Your brain starts producing its own hallucinogens. Your pineal gland wakes up and it will present itself as a big googly eyeball in your consciousness somewhere around here. It's kind of freaky the first time I saw it. Yeah, look at the eyeball on a $1 bill if you're in the States. It's an indifferent eye. It's very strange. Well, I'll talk more about the third eye later because it's a really interesting phenomenon. But this stuff is all really just special effects. Have fun with it if you want, but realize it's not the end result. The end result, of course, is a higher functioning brain. And it's fun to have a higher functioning brain. To be calmer, more accepting of what's going on around you. For me, it's self-medicating. I'll tell you the truth. I guess I could be on a lot of medications, and I'm not. I'm able to have a decent quality of life, and a lot of joy and happiness and peace and serenity, and so much neat, fun things that happen. That I can do this without any drugs, so it's cool. So give it a try. Just take 20 minutes in the morning or sometime when you're alone, and like I said, you can try 1 to 10 or Our Father who art in heaven, and do the ahs for a while. It didn't take long, about a week, and I was starting to see things looked prettier, and I started getting some cool synchronicities happening, and I was finding a better place for my brain to live. And of course, we also know the side effects where through doing this kind of brain retraining stuff, I have pretty good use of both sides of my body. Close enough, I'll take it as a win. And also I had some other conditions that aren't that prominent or very apparent anymore. I was palsied with a full body shaking thing like this all day, every day for 7 years. The only thing that would quieten it down was alcohol. Of course, I don't use that anymore, and I also don't shake anymore. That one, I was essential tremor, only gets worse, doesn't get better. We can give you medication for it, but it doesn't even work. It's addictive, mind-altering drugs that in the long run will make you more messed up than you were. But yeah, none of that anymore, okay? I don't shake anymore. I have some pretty good use of my brain and body. But for even a neurologically normal person, hey, where can you go with that? You're going to get smarter. You're going to do everything better. You're going to be happier. You'll be more successful. We all like that. But with that, I'm going to say I love you and say goodnight, because I've got a feeling, even though I can't see it, let's just say if I've got the funky thing going on, I've got a feeling I am at 15 minutes, or very, very close to it. So I'm going to say, hey, enjoy your meditation. It's a good time to do it if you're sleeping alone before you go to bed. And I'm going to tell you that I love you, because I know that you've got that beautiful, wonderful spirit living inside of you that lives inside of me and every other human being, and it is good, unless you're a psychopath. And I'm not going to deal with psychopaths, but my guess is you're not. Okay, so I love you and good night. You have a great sleep.